guys, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to my Flagstaff home. I'm here today for another video in the series about the holiday home organizing challenge. I'm following along with Cass over at clutterbug.com, and she put out a 58-page guide that helps you to organize your house over the course of 12 weeks leading into the holidays. You don't have to, if you don't have that much time, if you've started later in this series, you can still jump in and tackle the things that matter most heading into the holidays. The idea of this is not to organize your house from top to bottom. It really is about organizing and cleaning those parts of your house that matter most as you're heading into the holidays. You don't have to organize your garage. Or every area of your house, but getting the places that are most noticeable when you have guests and things leading into the holidays. So for weeks 5 and 6, the focus was on identifying hot spots in your house. Those are the areas in your house that just kind of get cluttered over and over. So are you thinking about those places in your house? Because I definitely have them. And then the next week was on doing a deep clean of your living room. I have to just say up front, I don't need to do a deep clean of my living room. I have a cleaning lady who comes every other week, and she does an amazing job. And so my living room stays clean, but I definitely am a clutter bug. And so I had some hot spots to deal with. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you those places that were messy. I had 2 spots in my kitchen and 1 in my living room, and they just kind of tend to get cluttered over and over no matter what I do. So then I came up with a couple of systems that I'm hoping will work to keep those from becoming hot spots in the future. And so I'll show you what it looks like now. And then what I'm going to do is go over what weeks 7 and 8 are going to be, so that you can know what I will be working on for the next video that I'll put up in 2 weeks. So anyway, as I mentioned, I have 2 places in my kitchen area and 1 place in the living room that just get cluttered. They're just dumping areas. My husband and I bought this house for my parents, and my mom said that especially in the kitchen, that those 2 spots were hot spots in her house too. So it's just kind of the layout kind of lends itself to just dropping stuff. And we all tend to have those places in our homes. And I'm hoping that by coming up with the system that I have, that it will take care of that. So let me go ahead and show you what things looked like before. Okay, here is one of my hot spots. My mom said it was a hot spot for hers too. As you guys know, we bought this house from my mom. So, right here, I obviously want it to be nice because I've even put this little fall decor thing here, but this place just ends up collecting stuff. Papers, recipes, some craft stuff. And so what I need to do is not only clean this up, but I need to have some kind of system for where this kind of crap goes. If I don't feel like putting it away right at the time, it needs to have some place where it can go, so that this very prominent place in our kitchen doesn't just always look like a mess. Now, if we just turn this way a little bit, this is another hot spot. This one tends not to get piled up high junky, but it does have little things. Now, John has, these are John's things right here. And those are, that's a mix. Some of those mine, some John's, and then those are some papers of mine. So once again, in the kitchen, this would be, if I had some system where I could dump stuff, or put something that I don't feel like sorting away right at that moment, then it would solve this problem. Because the idea of taking care of a hot spot is not just to clean it up, but to figure out why it gets messy in the first place and come up with a system. On to my 3rd hot spot. Okay, so it's the coffee table, because I sit here and do work and watch TV. So I'll turn on a Hallmark movie, and then I'll do something on my computer,
or, you know, this, I started a journal for the month of November. There's some cross-stitching floss because I was working on that. I made a list of stuff that I was going to do today. And yeah, I just have stuff. And once again, I need a system for how to straighten this up. Now, like I usually will have a stack of something on the coffee table, like magazines to look through and stuff. I don't mind that. But when I have all of this here, that's just not good. And it's right in the middle of the living room. And while the rest of the living room looks very nice, that one spot just blows it all. So that's the project.
All right, so not too proud of those areas, but I did get them cleaned up and I did come up with a system that I think will help me to keep them organized. And so let me go ahead and show you what things look like now. So I cleaned up my kitchen table area, and then I also cleaned up this island area over here. Just left a bottle of hand sanitizer, and that little basket has a thing of matches in it for the candle that's there. But I cleaned that up. But you know, you can clean up these areas and it doesn't solve the problem of clutter that's going to build up again. So I came up with a system that I'm going to try. I'm hoping it's going to work. Right over here, I have this little bookshelf thing. And down there are my essential oils, and that accordion file is where I put our stuff for taxes, receipts, and things, you know, bills that I need to hang on to for tax purposes. My cats are wanting to get into the video. So anyway, these two baskets though, this one right here is our COVID basket. So it's got a box of masks and some gloves. And so, you know, since those things are around our house, I figured I would have them in an easily accessible place. This is the basket that is going to help with the clutter. And I'm going to do a video about it. Some people call it a Sunday basket. The idea is that when you have clutter, you put the stuff in a basket that then one day a week, if it's a Sunday basket, you're going to do it on Sunday. You take that basket out and you take care of everything that's in it, whether it's coupons that need to go someplace, a bill that needs to be paid, a bottle of nail polish that you were too lazy to put away, whatever. So you take this out and on Sunday you empty it. So a few things are going to stay in that basket. This is my coupon envelope thing. And so any coupons that I happen to clip, I will put in there. This is just a thing that when I go to church, for sermon notes, I have a little book and some pencils that I use for when I'm taking notes. So those will always stay in there. And I'm leaving these here just because when I leave for church, I can just easily grab that. Or if I leave for the grocery store, I can easily grab that. This pile right here has some things that need to be dealt with, some recipes, and there are some coupons, and I just need to, you know, kind of decide where those are going to go. So when it comes to Sunday, I'll get that basket out and I will empty it all the way down to, you know, just those things that are always going to stay there. That way, if there's something that I would normally lay on this countertop or on the kitchen table, instead of putting it there, I put it here. It stays contained, and one day a week I go through it and I take care of everything. So hopefully that will help with this area. And my last hotspot is the coffee table. But what I did for this area is I cleared out some stuff, threw some things away. But the key thing that's going to help me keep this area from getting cluttered in the future is this basket right under here. Normally I have like whatever project I happen to be working on while I'm watching TV. I have my laptop sitting there because I refer to my laptop all the time. And so what I did is, you know, we have a few things over here. This, I like to keep my planner out in a place that, you know, I see it because it reminds me to open it up. If I tuck that away, I won't open it up and then I will be lost. So I have a few things out. I mean, I could have that coffee table completely cleared off, but it's just, you know, it has to be functional. Okay, so let me show you what I have down below here. So this is our kind of our family home management book.
and it has our budget system, and I like to keep that in paper, and I like to keep it in a place that's easy to get into, just so that my budget is right in the back here, and just so I can access things easily. If my husband needs to check to see how much money he has to spend on something, he can find it really easily. It's not on my computer. All right, then we have this basket here. On top is my laptop that I can just tuck away so that the coffee table is cleared off, but I can also get it out and use it right here. So let me show you what I keep in this. For the month of November, I'm doing a gratitude journal, and so I want to have this right here so that I usually write in it in the morning. And so I want to have that right here. The other project I'm working on is a cross-stitch Christmas stocking for my granddaughter, and that I've just been kind of setting on the couch or putting on the coffee table, and it looks like a mess, but if I keep it right here in the basket, then, you know, I can get it out whenever I want to work on it. And then in here I have a journal and my iPad, and then some magazines that I have not gone through. So I have those there. But it's really nice now, because then when I'm finished using these things, I can just tuck them in here and I can stick it under the coffee table, and then everything looks tidy. So my goal is going to be that at the end of every day, I put everything back in the basket and tuck it under there, so when I get up every morning, I start out with this clean coffee table. And if this basket starts to get junk in it, then I need to clear that out. And so it might be one of the things that I do along with the Sunday basket in the kitchen, is just go through and make sure that I haven't, you know, junked that thing up.
Okay, so it always feels so good to get things organized, but as I just mentioned, not every system works for every person. Not every system works. You may have a beautiful system in one house that you lived in, and you move to another house and it just doesn't work there. So you have to kind of experiment with things to see what's going to work best. And if you come up with this great system, but things end up getting cluttered again, it's not the right system. So you really need to just keep playing with it until you find one that works. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing for the next video is focusing on gift giving. That's the first part of it, organizing for gift giving. Obviously, this is the holiday home organizing challenge, and then having a gift wrapping station. So let me briefly take you through what Cass suggests here. And so for week 7, it says, congratulations, you're halfway there. And it says that the holidays are fast approaching, and so now it's time to focus on your gift giving. And so she provides this little thing here, a little chart that walks you through who, you know, your family and your friends, who all the people are. Do I see this person? She's even kind of helping you narrow down, like, should you even get gifts for certain people? Do you see this person more than once a year? If you said no, it says save your money. And then yes, do I like this person? If you do, then give them a gift. Anyway, it just goes on, like your friends. Are they just Facebook friends? If they are, save your money. If they aren't, then have you exchanged gifts before? If the answer is no, then saying hi is enough. She said Cass is pretty funny. If you go over and watch some of her videos, she's a pretty funny person. And then she gives this other chart that has the names, where you list the names of the people that you're going to give gifts to, ideas, your budget, and possibly the store where you want to shop for that person. And then you can check it off when you have gotten a gift for that person. And so it's a double-sided thing here for the different people in your life. And so that's kind of good. You know, I think we can go a little crazy over gift giving, and it really is the sentiment really that counts. Okay, so the next one, week 8, is gift wrapping. And so this one is about setting up a wrapping station. Now, we've moved a lot in the past few years. And so in my last 2 houses, I had a gift wrapping station that was in the guest bedroom. And you know, it's always nice in the guest bedroom to have a place where your guests can hang clothes, but they don't need the whole closet. So it's really a waste of space if you're just leaving this whole closet empty. And so what I like to do is leave a space for hanging clothes and then actually hang some shelves on the wall. And I set up all my gift wrapping supplies there. And then it's nice to be in the bedroom to wrap presents in the guest bedroom because I can close the door and then my husband doesn't see me wrapping his gifts. And so I think it's for me, it works as a nice place to have a station. So anyway, it says pick an ideal space for gift wrapping, clean and tidy around that designated space, find storage solutions, bins, hanging organizers, rods, pegboards, command hooks, etc. Gather and or buy your supplies, so your tape, your bows, your paper, all of that. Start wrapping, check off the names on your gift guide as you go, clean up your supplies, and store your wrapping supplies. So she gives you lots of suggestions there, and then on the other side, she actually gives you pictures of different ways that you might possibly organize. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be working on for the next video, and so I hope you'll join me in 2 weeks for that. In the meantime, I have other videos that go up on this channel, anything that has to do with gardening, cooking, crafting, home-related things, and I would love to have you follow along with me. So if you are not a current subscriber to My Flagstaff Home, hit the button right there and also the bell icon, and then YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos. So I would love to see you again on My Flagstaff Home. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.